Hey folks, welcome to the countryside of Italy, just outside of Rome here. I'm working in this lovely little conference centre, Borgo di Tragliata. Apparently it means village in Italian. So there you go. So I'm here on a program for standby partners to the United Nations World Food Programme. These guys are specialists in their field in logistics and procurement from around the world, and we've been taking them through a series of activities and simulations and getting them inducted into how the World Food Programme works in humanitarian emergencies. These guys are the best of the best. And so we had to take them through a lot of soft skills and team skill stuff. And I wanted to share something with you as a really good way to introduce this notion of how the intelligent use of emotion needs to go along with the technical skills. Because these guys have great technical skills. What we want to do is bring to bear how they can work with the people facing the incredible humanitarian urgencies that they do and keep their team together and keep the staff working. So a good way to sort of begin to introduce that is just to kind of draw a couple of circles, one to indicate emotion and the other one to indicate reason or rational logic. And then I draw a couple of arrows like this, and I just ask folks, what would it be like if these were billiard balls and you flick them against each other, and one would sort of stay in the one spot and one would flick off. And so I use that to begin the conversation to say, well, if you're in a team meeting or you're facing a difficult problem you're trying to solve, if you've got too much of the emotion, what happens? And people fire back with answers to sort of say, well, it goes off the rails, people get annoyed, they get impatient, and that's true. And so then I ask the question, well, what happens if you've got too much ration, too much reason? And say, well, people perhaps, they'll give answers like, well, you don't kind of tune in to the vibe of the group, you don't kind of get a sense of how people feel about things, which informs how they make decisions, and perhaps, you don't get a hunch, you don't get the instinct. And so as I'm explaining this, I'm drawing it up like this, saying, well, too much emotion, people get too flustered, too annoyed, they don't think straight, their mood impacts the behaviour of others, too much reason and rational thinking, and you miss out on the instinct and hunch and the signals that the emotions are sending. And so you use this to draw the group in to get the engagement on how the emotional intelligence or the intelligent use of emotions is not about overriding our logic and our technical skills, but it's finding the right place and how that's communicated. And eventually I'm going to draw two arrows like this and sort of say, so the intelligent use of emotion is not the victory of the head over the heart, or indeed the heart over the head, but it's actually this unique intersection of both. And that's what makes for good, effective teamwork. And that's what we're teaching these guys here this week. So that's Pete with another 2-minute training tip video from Italy in Roma. Take a look at the countryside. It is beautiful.